Welcome, Leo, to the Temple of Consciousness. You are now going to receive your Astro Tarot forecast for the month of June. This is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Leo. So Leo, we have a very exciting month coming up for you. This will be the forecast involving the transits of Venus and Mars. After which, I will do a tarot forecast involving 4 cards only, in which I will relate that reading to this astrology forecast. I'll follow that up with a yoga pose and a yoga mudra that's also going to be associated with the vibration, the frequency of the reading that we garner from astrology and the tarot. So, let's begin. My name is Ava, and I'm in my sanctuary, my home, my slice of paradise, I guess, here on the big island of Hawaii. I want to thank you, everyone, for your support. I wish you would send more messages. And I realize, of course, that I've lost a lot of subscribers due to the fact that I haven't been on YouTube for quite a long time, recovering from the effects of the 2 devastating hurricanes in Florida, where I lived, in Sarasota. I lost everything, and I mean everything, and I decided to come to Hawaii. And it took a long time also after getting here to find this place, to find my bearings, to buy a car, all the practical things that are necessary to live. So finally, I'm able to come back, but I need help. Please, if you would share these videos, it would help me out a great deal. Thank you. And if you would also donate in whatever capacity you can, and there's many links below to my personal, private readings, as well as ways to donate directly. And I need it, and I appreciate whatever help you can give. Thank you. All right. June. Venus transits into Taurus about the 2nd of the month. So it spends all month in Taurus. Taurus for you, Leo, is your 10th house. And the 10th house is about your reputation, your career aspirations, condition. The transiting of Venus into your 10th house is very fortunate. Venus is the planet of money, because Venus has to do with what you value. Therefore, it equates to money, because money is used for valuing things. In Taurus, again, Venus loves being in Taurus. It's home, really. It loves the vibration of Taurus. So this combination is just exquisite. If you've been having trouble growing your business or advancing in your career, this might be the month in which you find opportunities to do so. On an esoteric and spiritual level, Venus is about compassion, love, empathy. And so, for some of you, you might have to express that emotion of love and empathy in your career environment, with your money. Your reputation will be benefited by charity work, by a sense of generosity. Leo, you're one of the most generous signs of the zodiac. You love to give. And you do this because you know it's right. Pisces is also a very generous sign. But they give from a sense of deep compassion and empathy with the other. You give because you know it's right and that it's good for society to be generous with your resources towards those in need. You may find circumstances in which you have to express your generosity towards others. There's a sense of duty, responsibility, and it's just the right thing to do. In any event, this is auspicious for your career and will express itself in ways that will give you a great deal of pleasure. Venus is the planet representing pleasure, taking pleasure through your work, through your career, through your social standing hierarchically, if there's such a word, in the hierarchy, maybe even in the corporate hierarchy. So look forward to bonuses, to unexpected ways of advancing in your career. But spiritually, this gives you an opportunity through your career, through your position in the hierarchy, to help those less fortunate, be that through money or through your bringing them into your sphere of influence and knowledge. So let's move on now to the position or the transit of Mars. Mars is in your very first house for the first half of the month. It's in Leo. Mars is the planet that represents action, manifestation, making the immaterial material, which takes aggression. And you are not wanting in this sphere of attributes. You're not shy. Even those Leos that are shy, exhibit shyness, maybe doing it for other reasons other than fear of criticism or fear of not being appreciated. Leos are very gregarious. They love society. And they're very magnetic, pulling to them a lot of admirers. And in your first house, it's all about you. And that could express itself in many ways in you trying to take care of yourself better, health-wise, putting a lot of energy into your appearance, clothes, style. You're very stylish anyway. Leos are a very stylish sign. So you maybe upgrade, especially when we have a Venus in the 10th. You want to look professional, you want to look very turned out. And it's also about, the ego. That's generally what the first house is about, the ego. And Leos are very proud. They have a lot of things to be proud of, but your sense of pride in who you are, who you've become, what you've been through, and how you've survived it will all help to give you that self-confidence, particularly within your career. So this position of Mars boosts the fortuitous energy prescribed by Venus in the 10th house in Taurus. Then in the second half of the month, Venus moves into Virgo. And Virgo is your second house of money. So again, a beautiful correlation between Venus in the 10th house of your career and Mars, the planet of manifestation, of energy, of ambition, in your house of finance, money. So it's all very synergistically tied together. And it culminates in a very successful month for you in your career, in your social standing, in your well-being as well. Taking pride in yourself, giving yourself the things that you need, and particularly your attention. Leos are very, as I said, gregarious. So they're always out there sort of mingling and recognizing the other. Whereas in the first half of the month, you really have to pay attention to your needs, your fundamental needs, and put energy into that. But there could be a lot of energy put into making more money, into stabilizing your financial circumstance, maybe aggressively going after some kind of investment opportunity and achieving it. That is because Mars is the planet of manifestation. You want to manifest it, and you're not holding anything back. So that is what will make this an extremely dynamic month for your career, for a financial improvement, advancement, and for also looking your best and feeling your best. This is the month for you, so go out there and enjoy it. So wait please for the tarot forecast, which I will try to associate with this forecast. And then that will be followed by our yoga pose and yoga mudra. I'm a yoga teacher, and this is why I feel it is a good idea to actually imbibe, pull into you this abstraction of the forecast into something that you feel on a more visceral level through the pose. So wait for that. Thank you. Aloha, and thank you for your support. I appreciate it. So welcome, Leo, to your tarot forecast. That was an interesting forecast for you through the astrology following the transits of Venus and Mars. What I do here is oh, by the way, I failed to mention in the Astro portion of this forecast that I have uploaded more than 30 yoga, very vigorous, some of them very vigorous yoga sessions on this channel, which is under the playlist Yoga and Yoga Poses and Yoga Workouts with Ava. So if you're interested in improving your physical well-being, and there's nothing, I believe, better than yoga for your health and for the shape of your body. It even if you use weights, what yoga does is it evens out, sort of giving you a more graceful shape, as well as the myriad of other benefits of doing yoga. So please look for that on my channel. I've been teaching yoga my entire life, since I was 16. I'm 73. So some of the things that I do may not be normally placed on a channel like this, but it's my passion, as is astrology and the tarot. Now give me a moment while I ponder the characteristics of Leo. And Leo, you are a fabulous sign. Leo is governed by the planet, or pardon me, the luminary, the sun. And so you are a heliocentric sign, meaning that Leos like to be at the center, the fulcrum, the focus of their world. You're radiant like the sun. You're nurturing like the sun. You like to keep those who are in your sphere of influence healthy, vibrant, and full of life. Leos have a deep sense of pride because they are so fabulous, But it can turn into arrogance and conceit. And this is the only failing, the deepest failing of Leo, when you go astray from the spiritual path. Leos are also, as I said, very social. And they thrive in a social. Now there are Leos, just occurs to me, that are more. They like their own company and they want to stay alone, but it's not because they don't have the capacity to be social. It may be a choice for a good reason. And but Leos care deeply for those who are in their sphere again, who are close to them. Family, friends. They go out of their way to be generous towards them. That generosity can sometimes turn into possessiveness. That's, again, there's always two sides to every sign. No sign is perfect. So that necessitates you to be on guard for these natural attributes to turn into things that will never feed the real needs of your soul as a Leo. So I think I've shuffled enough. So what one does is you take your left hand. By the way, learn to read. You can always look at my readings and to help you learn, but it's one of the most valuable allies, friends you'll ever have. Forewarned is forearmed. And you take the top, you take the first stack, put it on the second, and you put it on the third. And we're ready. The first position represents the focus of the month, the theme, the energetic theme of the month. Oh, the best card in the deck, the World. You see the image? This card is the very last card of the major arcana. And what the major arcana does is it follows the journey of the hero called the Fool. All heroes start out as fools because it takes a certain amount of brazen disregard for the unknown to leap right into it. So the hero, at the end of his journey, becomes enlightened. He's finished his journey. Something comes to an end. Something is finished, wrapped up. And that oval, which is a wreath, represents the birth canal. Our maiden is almost naked. There may be some remnants of that journey that still have to be dealt with before the maiden can pass through the birth canal and be reborn into a new journey, into a new phase, into a new you. And that reminds me of Venus transiting your first house, Mars transiting your first house, Putting energy into yourself, the deepest part of yourself. Transforming yourself. Becoming what you want to be. Appreciating where you've been. Finishing some phase of a project, of a epoch, of a relationship, of whatever it is that you've been on this long journey accomplishing. You will finish that journey in June and be reborn. A new you, a new paradigm, a new world begins for you in June. Let's see what your challenge will be. See that? That's the Five of Swords. There's just been a fight. And the gentleman who's up front looks back at his opponents walking away in defeat. You see the smile on his face? He's very pleased, gloating almost, because he's defeated them. They are his opponents are they're almost in despair at having lost. You may have been in some kind of conflict, dispute. There may have been an opposition of ideas, because swords are about ideas, the mind. And the first card represents something that is now over. This also shows that some event, some specific intellectual mind conflict is over, and you are the victor. Now, as a Leo, that's going to certainly build your ego. Mars in the first house. So you're going to feel very proud of yourself for having overcome some conflict. Or as your challenge, you will be challenged to defeat your opponent and to rise up as the victor. Mars in the second house, it could be about money. It could very well be about money. And your challenge is to win this war through an aggressive show of intellectual force to become the victor in this dispute, perhaps over money, perhaps over your career, or in some instances, over you. There's someone fighting over you. All of these things are possible. So let's see what will be the unexpected surprise element of the month. Oh my goodness. My goodness. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Pentacles is the earth, the material reality. And remember, Mars is about manifesting in the material reality, taking idea and turning it into something tangible. Here we have an aristocratic lady, a noble lady, very well off. Look at her. She looks as if she's modeling in her garden, in her Eden. All those pentacles represent the effort that she has put in to bring about this luxury, this state of abundance. And she, again, she's got a look of sheer contentment on her face. Everything is well. So surprisingly, you, again, because we've got Mars in the 2nd house, in Virgo, of money, of finance. This is about that. There's some kind of unexpected financial reward coming. Or an upgradement of your estate, your property, your home. This is well-earned leisure and luxury. This is, she's probably a Leo. That's my estimation. She's arrived. Again, this is a 9. The 9 of Pentacles, which is sort of like just before, again, the rebirth. Just before the rebirth. So at perhaps the end of the month, you have that rebirth, and during when the 2nd half of the month begins, is when you achieve this higher level of manifestation, material manifestation of your efforts, long efforts, a long journey towards this reward. Here you go. Let's see how it all ends. The outcome. Justice. You know, there are some cards that are just very obvious in their meaning, and this is one of them. Justice means just that, justice. You achieve justice, fairness, balance. You get what is owed to you. You win the battle, the intellectual battle, be this a court case, a legal issue, or just justice in the difficulty that you may have been experiencing in some realm of your life. It's solved fairly, equitably, and you are pleased with the result. It's Libra. Libra always wants to be fair. And you, Leo, are, again, extraordinarily concerned with the health and well-being of those around you, those who matter to you. And you want to be fair to those for whom you care. And so fair outcomes, I see a lot of fair and just outcomes to previous conflicts, disagreements, or discord of any kind. Give me a moment. So that, I believe, is the sum of what will happen both on an emotional, spiritual, and material level for you in June. Please just, you're welcome to re-listen to these readings, so to absorb it. And then I'm going to give you now a pose that I feel is apropos to both of these readings. I hope you enjoy it. And please come to my other yoga sessions. Don't be intimidated. I'm 73. I know I've taught all my life, but regardless of that, one ages. You cannot run from the aging process. You can definitely slow it down. And so I intend to bring you an invaluable tool, yoga is, for longevity and health and well-being for your entire life. And it should be in the toolbox of what you use to stay healthy, happy, and spiritually advancing every day of your life. So thank you very much for joining me. And so wait for that. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Namaste. So welcome, Leo, to your pose, your yoga pose for June 2025. What I feel would be very helpful to you would be, it's about your elevating your stature, about having command of how you are received by the other. So the spine is the sort of central core support for that energetic frequency display. So we need the spine to be very strong. And so we're going to fortify the spine. And you do that by undulating it, releasing all the stress and tension from it, and thereby creating a free flow of energy through the spine so it can hold itself up proudly. So what we're going to do is we're going to undulate our spine. And so if you would come up on all fours, walk your body into a form like a table, press down into the arms, put the knees underneath the hip sockets. We can turn the toes down for extra support. We then drop the hips down. We drop the belly down. We drop the chest down. And we support our arms. We support ourselves on strong arms. We sink the hips down. Then we look up. Chin up. Fingers wide open. Press the hips out away from each other. And look up. Feel your spine. Releasing the spine. We look up. Press the hips out. Allow the abdominal wall to relax now and breathe through the nose. Deep breath. Open up the abdominal wall as if you're blowing up a balloon. We hold our breath. Exhale, we release the hips. We gently, gently drop the head. And as if there's a rope at the very center of the back, pulling the back up. We exhale slowly. And we bring the head down. And we pull up. We feel the spine opening up. We press it up. Head down. We hold. Breathe softly through the nose. Pull up. Inhale, we drop the hips. And we look up. Press the hips out. Push down through the arms. Hold your breath. Exhale, bring it up. Pressing down into the arms, arc up. Draw the abdominal wall in. Inhale, we move. Exhale. Up and down. Feel the spine. Inhale, press down into the arms, point the chin up, arc up, pressing the hips out. We look up. We look up. Exhale, we gently, gently bring the hips back down. We look down. We lift the feet up off the ground, put the tops of the feet down, press the hips back. Sit down, extend your arms out, and bring down your head and your shoulders. We press down. Open up the fingers and pull through the arms. Press down. We sigh, exhaling deeply through the mouth several times. Exhale and pull out. Press down, pressing the belly and the chest down. We sigh and we let go of the shoulders and press them down. Hold and breathe. Inhale, tilt the head up. We drag the arms back with us as we sit into our heels. We roll the shoulders up high, and we roll them back, and we roll them down. Let me face you. We take a deep breath through the nose. We bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, we bow to one another, and we say, Namaste. We lift up. We smile and we sigh. Thank you very much for coming to your pose for the month. Do that as often as you can for a strong spine, a strong back, and a strong ego. The ego is not a bad thing. The ego can be turned into something bad. But the ego is how you express yourself to the world. So stay strong, stay upright, and thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your support. Namaste. Wait for the mudra. Welcome, Leo, to your mudra for the month of June 2025. This mudra is intended to help you to feel protected, strong, and self-confident. It will allow you to release your worries, your anxieties. So let's start. We place our hands on our knees, palms open. I want you to take your thumb and to lay it at the root of the little finger, and then wrap your hands around your thumb. And we hold. Close your eyes. Imagine all your fears, worries, troubles, problems dropping off of you. Feel protected and safe. Feel loved. Breathe slow. Breathe deep. We let go of all our tension. We release it now. We breathe slow and deep. Feel it. We take a deep breath. We open up the hands. We spread them out. Exhale, we lift the hands up. We throw away all our tension. And we bring our hands to prayer. And we bow and say Namaste. That mudra can be repeated many times during a day, but at least 7 if you have the time. Feel it deeply. Hold it for as long as you can and feel the effects. Thank you very much for joining me and for support. Thank you. Namaste.